Hi everybody, this is Miss Gwen, the children's librarian at Belmont Hills Library, here to teach you a fun craft that was pretty hot a few years ago, and maybe you were involved in it, but it is Zentangles, and this can be adapted to people of all ages, from adults to tweens and teens, and to kids as well. It's a great activity to relieve stress as well as just as a creative outlet. So some of the supplies you're going to need will be a ruler, a pencil, a Sharpie, and if you want, some colored pencils or some colored Sharpies. And for the little guys, you're probably going to want some markers. You're also going to want some paper, so you can use copy paper from your printer, or you can use some drawing paper, whatever you have at hand. So traditionally, the shape has always been roughly like a 4-inch square. So we're going to stick with that for now, and I'm going to show you the basics of Zentangle. So the first idea is basically to make 4 dots in each corner with your pencil. I'm just going to do a little dot. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to draw a curvy line from one dot to the next and go all the way around. So there's mine right there. And we're going to continue to go around. So that's basically it. And then what you're supposed to do is go from either one of the corners or somewhere along your line and draw another line or a curvy line to another area. So for example, maybe like that. You could do a little bit straighter too, like that. And then you can do it across a couple of the lines, like that. And maybe I'll draw another line and stop it there. So you can make as many spaces as you want, and they can be small, medium, large, however you want to do it. And then what you do is you're going to, if you have a Zentangle book at home, great. If not, you can look online for what they call tangles, and they're the actual designs. So here's 2 in this book. This one is called Teardrop, and this one is called Tufts, and they show you explicitly how to do it step by step, so you don't have to get all flustered. So this one for teardrops, you just start making little teardrops all over the page. And then they decided to make a little dark mark at the top. You can do that, or you can draw the whole thing dark, and then you fill up the whole space. So I'm going to do that very quickly and show you how I do it. So I'm going to make mine a little bit further apart. I'm not going to make them so squished. Okay, just like that. And then you can either do it at the end, or each time you do a tangle, you go back over it with a Sharpie. So this can be the point where I draw over my lines. And you don't have to do it exactly. The pencil marks are just a template. You go over your lines, and then you do your inner lines. And just pretend I did them all. See, like that. And then you would go back and you would go over your shapes. And then what you do is, if there's some lines showing, get your eraser and you just go over. And you just erase it, the pencil marks. So I'm going to show you a completed one that I did. That's this one. I did a couple different designs, and then I went back in and I shaded some with my pencil to give it a little more depth. You can do that, you don't have to. And traditionally, Zentangles are black and white, but again, you're the artist, you can do whatever you want. You can also make them in color, which I did here. I went back and I made mine pretty colorful. The other thing I wanted to do, because I thought it would be kind of interesting, is I took some paper, just different pattern paper, and I wanted to see what it would look like if I did Zentangles on top of the colored paper. So I chose this one, and instead of using my thin Sharpie, I did use a thicker Sharpie so you could see it better. Kind of interesting. I don't really like it, but you know, that's what you do with art. You experiment. And if you don't like something, you do it again. So for the bigger kids, get a square sheet of paper for them too. And they can do the same thing. They can put their pencil marks, and they don't have to do the pencil first if they don't want to. They can just get a marker and put their dots in each corner, like this. And then they can just make their lines. For the real little ones, you might want to help them a little bit. See? And then I'm going to draw some lines through. See, again, and you can make the shapes as big or as little as you want. And they can use pencil first if they want or not. I'm just going to make some shapes here. So one of the tangles that I remember was you just draw lines straight down like that. And then you draw lines across, almost like a checkerboard. Well, basically it is a checkerboard. Like that. And then you just color in every other square. And it doesn't really have to be that neat. And you just keep going until the whole section is complete. So this is a great activity for families to do together. And like I said, you can either do a small one, and this is great for adults or tweens and teens, or you can make it a little bit bigger for the smaller kids. And then they can color it in or leave it black and white. And it's a great activity to relieve stress. It's a creative outlet, and hopefully you are all doing well and will make some of these. And if you do, please take photos of them and send them to me, reply in this post, and please like us. Thank you. See you next time.